Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just want to introduce myself. I'm Erika, and I'm a recreational therapy student at Georgian College.
Okay.
And so, what brings you in today?
I'm having a lot of tension in my home, which is just really stressful right now because I'm about to start exams on Monday. And I'm trying to study and focus on that, but it's really distracting to, like, I feel like I don't want to go home. And yeah, so what happened was my landlord had a party last weekend that she was really excited about and talking about for a long time before. And during the party, she has a kitten, so she put him in the basement, which is where I live with my roommate. So we have kind of a separate basement apartment. And she locked him in our area so that he wouldn't be running around and scared at the party because there's lots of people and he's not very old. So um, anyway, during the party, when he was locked in the basement, he ate a balloon that my roommate had in her room on her desk. And we happened to be down there when it happened, so we saw him eat it and tried to get it away from him and couldn't. And we didn't know what we should do, and so we thought we would wait until the party was over and then tell my landlord. And so the party was over, everyone went home, and we went upstairs and told her. And she got really mad right away and said to my roommate, whose balloon it was, "Why would you have a balloon in your room?" And started blaming her for the cat eating the balloon, even though it was obviously an accident. And it was very tense, and she just kind of stormed off into her room. And then we went downstairs, and she ended up going that night to the emergency vet clinic and taking the cat in and being mad at all of us and making it really uncomfortable for us in the house, and texted us to say she wouldn't drive us to school the next day because normally she gives us a ride to school. And yeah, so now it's been almost a week since this happened, and I haven't seen her. She sent text messages that were kind of, I don't know, weird, I guess. But we haven't actually seen each other face to face, and I feel really, the more time passes, the more I feel really nervous to see her and really like uncomfortable. And I don't know. I haven't been going to school in the mornings because I haven't wanted to get a ride from her, and I also haven't wanted to take the bus because then I have to leave when she's still home, and she'll maybe be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Why aren't you getting a ride?" But I don't even know if she wants to give me a ride because on Monday she canceled the ride and never said anything about it again. So it's just kind of awkward. This coming Monday I have an exam, so I do have to go to school in the morning, and I don't know if I should get a ride from her or just take the bus. Either way, I think it's going to be kind of awkward, so I'm hoping to maybe see her before then, and I don't know. I don't really know what to do or how to go about it.
And how was your relationship prior to this incident with her, your communication?
It was really good. This is, we've been living together since September, so for about 3 months. And I thought that I was really lucky to have such a great living situation. She was a really nice landlord. She drives us to school and takes us grocery shopping and is really friendly and invites us to do things with her. And now, since this happened, it's just almost as if I've seen a new side of her that I didn't really know existed. I think she's being really unfair by being so mad and blaming people for an accident. And I think that I wish that she would apologize, at least to my roommate, who she really got mad at.
Was hard on. Right?
Yeah. And so I have two roommates. One lives downstairs with me, and the other one lives upstairs with the landlord. So she has spoken to her since, and the landlord told her that she was mad at all three of us for not telling her right away. But the reason we didn't want to tell her right away is because it was in the middle of this party she'd been planning for months, and we didn't want to ruin the party. And so we just waited until it was over, which was only an hour later, and told her. So I guess when my other roommate talked to her about it, she was really still mad and saying we should have told her right away. So I kind of feel like I don't want to talk to her about it because I think, I don't know, I feel like she's mad at us and I'm mad at her. So if we talk, it might just turn into a fight.
Right.
Because we obviously don't see it the same way.
Yeah. There's a little bit of communication lacking there, right?
Yeah.
Well, to me, it sounds like that you're feeling, you're feeling really anxious in the situation because you don't want your landlord to get any more upset with everyone, and that she doesn't fully understand how, how she's making everyone feel in like a hostile environment.
Yeah.
And when in reality it was nobody's fault, and the cat, you guys were trying to protect the cat when you saw the balloon, and it was going after the balloon, and you tried to take precaution with that, but in the end it was nobody's fault.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just kind of, I just think it's really unfair that, it was just an accident, she knows that we all care about the cat. We all really like having him, and we love him, and no one would purposely give him something to eat that was bad for him. Like, it was just an accident. He got into the balloon only because she had locked him in the basement and he was bored. Right. So I don't know. I wish, ideally, that she would realize and apologize, but I know that's probably not going to happen. So I guess I need to make a decision of how I'm going to deal with it to make myself feel comfortable again in my house, because it can't just keep being like this.
It feels like you're tiptoeing.
Yeah.
Have you talked to your other roommates about how they would approach it, or?
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, my one roommate did talk to her, and they seem to be on okay terms now. But she's really, that roommate is really kind of quiet and shy and would never argue. And so I think, like, their conversation was sort of my landlord being like, well, this is why I'm mad, and you did this wrong, and my roommate being like, yeah, okay. But I wouldn't be like that. I can't just say, yeah, okay, if I think it's wrong, So if she were to say to me, well, it was your fault because you didn't tell me, I would be like, well, no, it's your fault because you locked her in the basement, and I think it would turn into an argument, and I don't want that because that will make things worse. So I kind of think that it'd be best just to not talk about it and sort of try to make things just go back to normal without having to have a conversation about what happened. But then I also don't know how to really go about doing that. Like, should I just go up there and be like, hi? It's been 6 days, so it's gotten to the point where it's getting more and more awkward every day that I avoid it.
Because maybe she might also notice.
She definitely notices.
Right.
Because when she comes home, I always close the door to my area so that I don't have to deal with it. Okay. So, and I never used to do that. So she definitely notices that the door is shut, and yeah. And so yesterday I sort of did like a fairly passive aggressive move, and because in the morning I was home alone and I found the cat eating things 3 times.
Okay.
He was eating different like Christmas decorations that she has out, and some of them were just pieces that were really spiky, kind of like a wire, that he was chewing on that could obviously really hurt him. So I kept taking these things away from him in 3 different times. So I put them in a Ziploc bag with a note on her counter that said, I found the cat eating these things today, just a heads up. Okay. And my message was sort of to be like, these things belong to you, and he's eating them, and they could hurt him. So it's not really my roommate's fault for having a balloon. Like, he could eat anything, that might hurt him. Maybe you should take your Christmas decorations down, So, but she didn't get the message because my roommate this is so complicated, my roommate who is talking to her said, oh, did you get Natalie's note? And she was like, yeah, I think he never used to chew on anything, and I think he's just doing it because he's really depressed because you guys keep closing your doors now. So even though now he's eating her things, she's still finding a way to blame us. It's our fault that he's eating these things because we shut our doors.
Yeah. So you're feeling really judged, and
well, it doesn't. make any sense.
No.
It seems like she always needs to find a way to blame other people and never take ownership, which is just really frustrating.
How do you think you'd approach, since passive aggressive actions didn't really?
Yeah.
How do you think you would find a solution for this?
Yeah, that's true. I guess, I don't know, like, I almost want to just kind of, like I said, go back to the way it was, like just not by not talking about it, but then it might never resolve things for me inside, Maybe we should have a conversation about it. And one thing too is that when I first moved in, she said, I just want everyone to get along, which is kind of ironic because now she's the whole reason why no one's getting along. So I don't know. I almost am tempted to say that to her, like you told me you wanted everyone to get along, and now you're causing all this tension. So yeah, I think the best thing to do would to probably suck it up and and approach her and try to talk about it without arguing.
That seems probably like the best approach because the way that she reacted to your other kind of hint, I guess.
Yeah, she didn't. She just found a way to blame me again.
Well, unfortunately, it's coming up to our time. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
No, yeah, that's it. I feel better now. I feel like I've been able to come up with a solution. It's going to be hard, but I know it's what I need to do. So, thanks for listening.
All right. I'll see you next section.
Okay.